I better not get too into it because we have an exciting show for tonight. So let me go and let that go. Can you believe, y'all? That is gospel, right? I've been really digging my instrumental gospels, and that is considered, I guess, house. I think it's a house gospel mix. So I'm really like what's into it. But I have to calm down because the conversation is going to be juicy tonight. And so I want to welcome you to this Wind Down Wednesday and on Get to Know Bob, where we have this amazing platform where we bring on a Black-owned business owners. We have CEOs, we have authors, we have musicians, we have people in all types of industries. I'm telling you, if you have been sleeping on the amazing things we're doing in our community, where you been? You better wake up. That's all I'm going to say. I'm your host, Sonia Weaver, and thank you. Thank you for being here tonight. And like I said, we have a juicy conversation in store. So I'm going to have to, get through it. Again, if I'm talking too fast, let me know in the chat. Just say, slow down. We got some time. It'll be okay. I appreciate that. But let's go right on into it. Okay, so as always, with every show, we kicking it off with tonight's look. How y'all liking these popping pink lips? I had them popping today, by the Glam Doctor. Thank you, Rashida. I appreciate you so much. Yes, this pink, I didn't think I could really pull it off. I did add a little bit of shimmer in the pout because I'm telling you, this is a potent pink. And I don't know, I can't really see myself wearing it all the time, but it is beautiful. It is absolutely beautiful. It's a little outside of my comfort zone because it's just so popping pink. But hey, it is October, Breast Cancer Awareness Month, so I have to pop the pink. And I have to say a shout out for tonight's look to Miss Cheryl Heading Alexander. How you like it's kind of like a kente cloth vibe in pink breast cancer t-shirt. Thank you, Cheryl. Now, she is the owner of Cheryl Headings Designs LLC, so make sure you check her out. She has some phenomenal products, and I happen to actually love this. Rocking it for Pink Out Month, Breast Cancer Awareness Month. So, of course, I have some other things on too. Y'all know my link, what else I have? My traveling pearls, got some of that stuff on. But the main thing is that I'm pinking out. That's what I wanted to make sure you guys know. I am pinking out. So that leads right on to, have you guys taken a challenge? And because we have, new people on every week, I want to make sure I put it up here. The Support 7 Bob Pledge. Have you taken the pledge to support Black-owned businesses? Right. 7 specifically. 7 Black-owned businesses each week. That's the pledge. I know you can do it. I've been telling you guys about this pledge for months. So I know that you have taken the pledge by now. Now, remember, there's multiple ways you can support. The main 2 ways are with your time and with your resources. I'm not going to say it again. We are entering the holiday seasons. Do you know how many nonprofits do amazing things for our people in need during the holiday season? But what they could use for the need that they're providing is for you to take your time and volunteer and help. That is one way that you definitely can support Bob. Now, with your resources, definitely donations also are needed for so many businesses, so many organizations out there. So this holiday season, why not support Bob by giving Christmas gifts from some amazing Bobs out there? Okay, so your time and your resources. That's all I'm going to talk about today. Not going to give you too many more examples because I'm ready to get to the conversation. But if you haven't taken the pledge, I need for you to take the pledge, the Support 7 Bob Pledge. Okay. Now we're moving into our Deals with Bob, deal of the day. Oh, are you ready for it? I'm excited. I am so excited. Okay, so yes, we are having a free gift. But what I need you guys to know is that because it is Pink Out Month here for Breast Cancer Awareness Month, I told you we had a phenomenal representative from Mary Kay. Yes, Mary Kay may not be a Bob, but the representative who I'm working with is a Bob, okay? So we want to support those we call it MLM, multi-level marketing businesses, and they are just as valid as your, off the ground grassroots businesses. So we have to support our MLMs as well. So we have for you as a free gift. How do you get these free gifts? I'm going to keep it simple. First and foremost, yes, you have to be a subscriber to our YouTube channel. So if you're not a subscriber yet, just go on over to YouTube, click that red subscribe button, and become a subscriber. So that's the first thing. But here we have 3 products for this week. What I need is the first 3 people in the chat to say, I'm a subscriber and I want to pink out. Let me now show you what they look like. So we're starting off with pink satin. And I know we're, live, so you may can't see it that well, but this is pink satin. From where I'm looking, it's beautiful. Yeah, y'all better be good that I'm glad that I'm not trying to keep these for myself. The second one is pink passion. It kind of has a rose, it says to it. Oh, yeah, that does have a pretty rose. Now, for you on the end, it probably all look the same. But I'm telling you, these are 3 different ones. And then the third one is pink melon. Okay, so pink melon. Okay, so this is like pinkier. And again, I don't know what to do. I know a lot of YouTube people be doing this, but that didn't help, did it? That didn't help at all. Maybe if I get closer, I don't know. It made it dark, but this is a pretty color pink too. I like them all. Well, you guys know I love lip color. So, but for pink out for this month, again, you have to be a subscriber, and the first 3 people to say, I am a subscriber. Oh, and I want to pink out. Hey, Mona. Okay. So yes, we have one of the pinks coming to you. I don't know if you want to select, because they all on your end probably look the same. But I know I have one of the pinks waiting for you. Thank you, Mona. I appreciate you for watching. Okay, so that is Deals with Bob's deal of the day. Now getting on to our nonprofit of the day. Well, of course, of the month. We're going to be having Genesis. And Genesis nonprofit, as you know, we have talked about for the last couple weeks. They have a revolutionary concept in pregnancy resource centers. They are unapologetically Christian. They see themselves as bridging the gap between social injustice and God's love. And they recognize there are many factors leading to a woman's decision whether to have an abortion. And they are committed to helping them to defeat the undefeatable mind, body, and spirit. They aim to equip expectant mothers and dads over 18 with the tools needed to steer through life's snags. They want their clients to be able to find peace in the chaos, which promotes a healthy pregnancy, a healthy family, and a healthy life. The services that they offer are workshops and webinars, small support groups, counseling and therapy, and a fatherhood program called Council of Dads. You won't find these at most pregnancy resource centers. This center is for us, by us, for our community, and for the future. That's why Genesis Pregnancy Resource Center is our nonprofit of the month. So as we continue to move on, we're getting into tonight's featured business. Tonight's featured business is True to You. Now let's find out what True to You, what they do. So, True to You are a candle making studio surrounded by beautiful original artwork focused on creating memorable experiences. The concept of True to You is centered around the love of art, candles, and making special memories. There are two focus areas. Their service area allows customers from the Metro Detroit area to come to their location and create custom fragrance blends and candles. Their product side allows their company to manufacture and own candles line at wholesale retail stores, fundraising events, weddings, and more. Now, if y'all see that glow back there, yes, 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 it is my own True to You candle. And if you notice from many shows, it is the same one glowing because one, they have amazing burn life, like amazing burn life. The scent is awesome. I have ones that I've blended my own. So, I really, really didn't love the scents because I created them myself. But if you remember some shows where we had the owner Leslie Neal on, she gave y'all some candle tips to help make your candles last. And I'm telling you, those tips work. So check out True to You candles listed on our International Black-owned Business Directory and pick up some for those special occasions. Hint, hint, Christmas is coming up, So make sure instead of going to the other, I'm not saying no names, make sure you support B.O.B. So as we move right on, we're going into our deals for our consumer members. Can you get excited? Yes. We're going to kick off tonight's show with Deals with B.O.B, offering 15% off their premium services. Next, we have Today's Smile offering 50% off whitening. Mona Lisa's Lyrics offering 15% off event packages. Woo! Women Helping Empower Winners offering free registration or free consultation. Phlebotomy Express Training Center is offering 10% off. Linked LLC is offering 50% off or free, 50% off, plus one or free plus three. Tax Divas is offering 10% off or free registration or a free consultation or a free gift. Tranquility Christian Counseling is offering 10% off events. Bright Tech Communication is offering 10% off. Boss Entertainment Group is offering 10% off. MCS Financial Services is offering 15% off. The Amazing Woman Network is offering 20% off AWN merchandise or 20% off financial services. Affordable Veterinary Clinic is offering a free well exam for new clients with the purchase of vaccines. Divine Diva Designs is offering 15% off. Tease Timeless Beauty is offering 10% off. True to You LLC is offering a free gift. Peggy's Pound for Pound Great Cakes is offering 10% off. Mrs. C's Concessions is offering 10% off. And Detroit Metro Podcast is offering 25% off events. So if you are a business owner and you want to offer deals, discounts, giveaways, and rewards to our consumer members, please visit www.dealswithbob.com and join today. Now, remember, if you are a business owner, we want you to join the International Black-Owned Business Director and sign up for one of those annual packages where your consumer membership is included. Now, get your pen and paper ready because we're about to move into our Stay Connected. And there are so many amazing things going on in the community that you are going to want to take notes, okay? So we're going to be telling you first, I'm going to tell you about this event. Okay, this particular event, I actually was honored to be a guest speaker. So yes, this was held at the African American Historical Cultural Museum in Washtenaw. Well, for Washtenaw County, but in Ann Arbor, Michigan. And this was a free event where we were talking about reviving Black Wall Street in Washtenaw County. And I had the pleasure of presenting one of my requested topics, which is charting the course, becoming your own GPS. And if you want to know more about how to become your own GPS, I'm going to encourage people out there, if you're looking to book me, I do have my one pager where you can do so. But this is definitely one of my favorites to discuss because it's very inspiring and it tells you exactly what you need to do in order to get to the destination that you desire for your life. Next, Linked LLC is having their Breast Cancer Awareness Month during the month of October, where you can come and bead and bond. You can support the fighters, celebrate the survivors, and honor those who we remember. Join us for Socktober, helping people get back on their feet. This is one mother to another, and they are spreading awareness and supporting the homeless during the entire month of October. If you want to drop off donations, they can be at Cold Stone at 42761 Woodward Avenue in Bloomfield Hills, or Snatch Gang Studio at 26042 West 12 Mile in Southfield. Going on this week is the United Developers Council. If you have not been there, you might be missing out. If you're interested in doing anything real estate related, then this is definitely a workshop you will want to be a part of. I'm not sure if they're still taking registrations, but I definitely wanted to at least make sure I discussed it in case they are. Adopt a Family program with Unity, where you can where you can adopt a family and provide Christmas gifts to a family in need this season. To complete your application, the deadline is October 15th. Please visit their website for more information at contactunitydetroit.org. On October 15th, there's Poetry Foreplay, the 6th anniversary Sweeties Day show happening at the Northwest Activity Center. Then on Sunday, October 16th, Lovers and Friends Jazz and Comedy is happening at 6 p.m. also at the Northwest Activity Center. Western Wayne County NAACP is celebrating 75 years of the NAACP and the Western Wayne County branch 25th year anniversary Freedom Fund Dinner, Celebration and Dinner. This is happening Sunday, October 16th. The information can be found on Eventbrite to attend. Destined for Greatness Fall Through Harvest Fest is Thursday, October 20th from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. Sisters Who Wine Paint and Sip Wine Party is happening Saturday, October 22nd from 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. We Three Kings Community Outreach Incorporated fifth annual Spooktacular Halloween event is happening October 31st at 5 p.m. And now we're going to have a special presentation from our very own Camilla Franklin. If you need to know more and get to know her, she was recently on our show on March 16th. So make sure you look through our YouTube archives so that you can find out more about Camilla Franklin. But now let's welcome her to her show as she tells us about her upcoming event. Well, hello, Camilla. How are you?
Hey, I'm good. How are you doing, Sonia? Good to
I'm
hear from you
doing
again, too.
awesome. Good to see you.
Yes, ma'am.
I pulled that up and I said, it's almost time for you to come back because people need to be getting ready for that tax season and not just wait till April 15th, right? Or
Woo,
April
who you
14th.
telling? Yes, ma'am. The actual people who filed extensions, their filing deadline is actually Monday the 17th. So if you aren't done yet, you need to skedaddle. Otherwise, you can really be late. People don't understand that actually you can e-file all the way through October.
Okay.
But then after this deadline, that's it. You can no longer e-file for the year. You have to wait. The IRS has to have time to reset their systems and get everything together for the next year. So then after that, nothing happens from like October through January or whenever they decide to open it. They always announce it. So yeah, get
Okay.
it on in there now. Come
Get
on
it all
now.
in there. So, Camille, we brought you on so that you can quickly share with us about your upcoming event.
Yeah, so I'm so excited. I'm partnering with Mona Lisa Lyrics, and we're doing this event. It's in Sterling Heights, Michigan. It's celebrating the Mompreneur of the Year. Mona Lisa has a wonderful program where she honors mompreneurs and dadpreneurs in the Metro Detroit area for everything that they do for everybody. And Miss Mary Wells, she's a great representation of that because she has a nonprofit, that is for after her daughter who passed away, and so she honors her by offering different dials and things. It's really cute. So if you want to see something like that, you should come out, and support that. We're also having, I'll be there. I'll be teaching people if you're one that ever wanted to learn how to do taxes on your own, you're tired of paying, you just want to see what's going on, or you just want more information. I'll be there on the spot showing you how to do your taxes electronically through the computer. And so that, there are materials and there's no extra charge. You would just pay the $50 insurance fee and you have it. It also includes our other vendors who would be offering a certification for learning how to do your own contracts and paperwork. We'll have someone for that. It includes food and drink. We'll have Sheila Spencer as our host. She's the CEO of Limitless Potential. There's music, okay, by Full Circle, featuring Paul Williams Jr., which is the Temptations, one of the Temptations members' son. So he's carrying on that legacy. If you want to see that,
Awesome.
so we'll all be there. There are other vendors that are offering their things that they're selling. We have insurances there if you wanted to, see if you can get a lower rate possibly, because that's always something that you got to check into because Michigan insurance is extremely high for
Yes,
everything. So,
it is.
yeah,
Yes.
so it's going to be a great event Sunday, this coming Sunday, 11 a.m. to 4 p.m.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, thank you, Camille, for stopping by, guys.
No
Make sure
problem.
if you're available, make sure you go and check out this event. And we definitely have to have you back on soon. But we appreciate you for stopping by.
Okay, thank you so much. Have a
All
great
right.
day.
Awesome. So, yes, guys, if you're available, make sure you check that out on Sunday, October the 16th from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. at 12828 Canal Road in Sterling Heights, Michigan. So now, can you get excited? Can you get excited? We're about to have our amazing guest. Oh, but let me make sure I let you guys know because I don't want you to miss out. Let us support you and your event by adding it to our Stay Connected page. You go to www.dealswithbob.com, or you can just shoot us an email at info@dealswithbob.com, and we'll make sure that we get your information up so everybody knows what's going on in and throughout the community. Now it's time for our guest for tonight's evening. I cannot wait. It is going to be the phenomenal Mr. Aaron McIver of McIver Industrial Safety and Consultants. Hello, how are you?
Hey, how you doing, Sonia? You all right?
I am doing good. How are you
Good.
doing this evening?
I'm doing well, thank you. I appreciate that.
Well, I appreciate you for coming on this evening, and I can't wait to get to our conversation.
Hmm.
So, what we do here at Get to Know Bob is I allow our guests to self introduce. Make sure you not only share what you do, but let them know a little bit about who you are and why you do what you do.
Okay. I'm Aaron McIver. I'm the owner of McIver Industrial Safety Consultants. We're a minority-owned business, MBE certified as minority business enterprise, as well as DBE certified. And these are a couple of certifications that we use in order to contract our professional safety services to small and large corporations throughout the United States. And I've been doing this now for 24 years. I initially started out as a contractor, hired by large companies to go in and oversee projects that consist of either demolition work to existing buildings that, or existing buildings that add on additional parts of the building, or just brand new facilities. So I got started in this with a good friend of mine who's probably watching this. His name was Chris Keys, and he started me out with this about 24, 25 years ago. And I was just contractor, and then one day a good friend of mine said, "Hey, you need to take the bull by the horn and start your own business." And I done about 3, 4 years ago, Sonia, and I haven't looked back.
Awesome. Awesome. I absolutely love that. And since you said, people are viewing, I have to make sure we acknowledge everybody that's excited in this chat, Aaron. So, of course, we have Miss Mona Lisa Hamlin watching. We have Miss Barbara Biggs saying, I am pink. Okay, I take it that that's saying you want to be pinked out. So, we have a pink lip product coming your way as well. We have an awesome show. Thank you so much. And then we just have comments about the Camilla. So, if you're watching, let us know you're here and go ahead and be a part of the conversation. So now, Aaron, I like to share with people, how we met or how I met my guests. So for us, it was quite simple and it's most recent. So I'll have to add this to it. Do you remember this?
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
And so Aaron just shared with you about his amazing company. And here at Money Matters for Youth Camp, which you guys know I always volunteer at every year, we had what was called merger and acquisition. And with the young investors, Aaron shared more about his business. So, could you kind of just let us know some of the information that you shared with the young investors on this day?
Yeah, it's amazing that you brought that picture up because I remember I just got off the phone with Girl Perry Mason about 15 minutes ago. She had just won another lifetime achievement
I
award.
am not surprised.
Yeah, she just won another one, and she might be where tuning in. If not, she's going to see it later for sure. But she gave me a call, and my granddaughter was actually at this as well. You remember that too, Sonia. But
Mm-hmm.
she called, and when I met her, I was a contractor, and one of the things that we did as contractors was to make sure that we did everything by OSHA laws and corporate standard laws, and make sure hard hats, safety glasses, follow rules and procedures to make sure every man and woman, because there's a good combination of both in the field, got the chance to make good money and go home safely. But Gail wanted me to come in and speak on how you can not necessarily believe in yourself at one time, but then believe in yourself, step forward and say, hey, I can do this. And
Mm-hmm.
this is the steps that I can go about doing it. And when I say do this, I'm talking about, starting a business of your own and believing in yourself, make connections along the way,
Mhm.
and make a good living. And with me doing that, I just wanted to make sure that I spread that knowledge to these kids and let them know that they don't necessarily have to go work a 9 to 5 for someone. It might be good to start out just so you can, get to learn your trade really well,
Mhm.
and then go forward from there and step out on faith and prayer and make the right connections, become your own business owner, and sit here and have conversations with people like you and get paid at the same time.
Oh wow, thank you, thank you. Now, one thing that I will say that I remember that you said to them, which I thought was quite inspiring, is that you were working in the industry and then came to a pivotal point because you had this almost like I picture like C-suite in my mind. I'm not sure if you had sweet C-suite at that time, but you was
Mhm.
like, at the top, the beautiful view, the beautiful
Yep.
desk and office and all this stuff.
Mhm.
You had gotten to the epitome of quote unquote success,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
And then something happened, right?
yeah, yeah. You got a good memory. You got a really good memory.
Well, your story, I'm telling you, I was excited. Can you tell? I was like, I gotta have you on the show because
Okay.
it was so inspiring. So a lot of
Well,
people kind of find themselves at these crossroads where they think I've made it. I'm here, and then things happen.
well.
So
Hmm.
for a point of inspiration, walk us through how you felt in those moments and then what really was it about the whole situation that made you want to take that leap in faith for your purpose.
Well, I'll start out by telling you about that position I had. I was actually a corporate safety director for a company called EWI, acronyms for Exhibit Works Incorporated, based in Farmington. And I applied for the corporate safety director position. They gave me a base salary of about $125,000 a year. I thought I had it made, just like you said.
Mhm.
And the office I was talking to you about that day was in the Renaissance Center, 26th floor, overlooking the Detroit River. And I thought I made it. I
Mhm.
mean, 125,000. That's not bad money. It's not nothing to sneeze
Mhm.
at. And everything was going well. And I thought this was it, and everything would just continue to go up from there. And a contract that the company that I worked for at the time had a contract with General Motors, and the contract was in excess of $80 million.
Mhm.
And General Motors' projection for the automobiles that they were to sell the following year was not good. And with that being said, they pulled the contract from the company that I was working for, and they snatched the $80 million from them. So my
Wow.
company came by and just told me, and they said, "We're not going to need you anymore. We'll pay you out for the month." And
Mm.
they offered me a service pay on the way out, a little package that they put together, and then I had to go back to the field
Mm.
and become that foot soldier again. And I hated it, but I
Mm.
knew that I could do that very well. So what ended up happening is a good friend of mine. I was hoping he'd watching this. If not, I got to send it to him. His name is Pat Patachik, and he just told me one day. He said, "Man, you got to stop being scared. You're
Yeah,
too good to keep doing this."
that.
He just said, you got to have a little bit more faith. Everybody knows what you can do except for you, and I just won't do that anymore. So I went back to being a foot soldier. We sat in his truck one day, and he just started putting together a plan for me, and
Wow.
saying, "This is what I think you should do." And I was petrified. I can't even lie to you about it. So I'm sitting in this truck. It's dead winter 4 years ago, and he'll wake me up every couple of minutes. I could say that I was sleeping on the clock. I don't work for them guys no more. And he asked all this information and put the paperwork in. I called an engineer friend of mine by the name of Dave Berry, who's an engineer for a motor company,
Mhm.
and told him that I started my own safety company. I'm the boss now. And can you help me out? And he said, "You know what? I just picked up a new project and I want to use your safety company. Do you have a couple contractors?" I randomly went through word of mouth, called a couple people, and I got them out there in about 2019. And I was scared to death. I was scared as hell. I can't even lie to you about
Oh, wow.
it. And I stepped out on faith. I kept a good positive circle around me. And Sonia, I mean, I just hadn't looked back. There were some times where things got slow when COVID hit and things of that nature. But even then, I knew the ropes. I definitely knew what to do in the field, but I didn't know what to do as the guy in charge.
Mm.
So I called, other business owner like, my buddy Chris Keys was probably looking at this, and one of my mentors, Kathy Dobson. I just called a few people, and Kathy saved my business as well too. She's listening. She'll call me later. Um, but I just, a couple people just came along and started giving me contracts, and I got smart, and I became a bigger workaholic, and I haven't looked back. I'm blessed, and I'm happy.
Now, see, guys, I know you know me, so y'all know why I got excited when I heard Aaron's story to the young investors that day, because y'all know I'm big on relationship. That's the whole premise of Get to Know Bob. So you could connect to the business owner, connect and build relationship. And that's what it sounded like. Like you had these relationships that you had nurtured over the years. And so when the time came for you to be at a crossroad, and I also wrote down fear, it's okay. Like scared, it's okay. I mean, stepping out there in uncharted waters is scary, right?
Oh yeah,
And I
absolutely.
love that you said that, because there's so many like businesses and people starting businesses, and they give you this personification, which I try to tell people, social media is whatever you choose to put on social media,
Right.
right? And so it's not too many people out there actually putting on, I'm scared, y'all. I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know if I made the right decision. I don't know this. I don't know that. But I'm glad you're honest tonight to let us know that you were scared, but
Hmm.
you had faith.
Oh, absolutely.
You knew the industry.
Oh yeah. Like I said before, I started. Well, like I said, I've been in the industry since '99, and I always had an LLC with just my name, McIver Industrial Safety Consultants. But that was pretty much just as a contractor,
Mm-hmm.
and I, tax purposes, things of that nature. But
Mm-hmm.
up until from '99 to right around 2019, I was always shook. I was, just didn't want to step out on faith.
Mm-hmm.
And then when those opportunities started fading away, the jobs that I had, you always had a good $30, $40 an hour job. That's okay. But I never knew what it felt like to be my own boss.
Mm-hmm.
I can sit back and someone calling me, and me, first time one of my contractors called me Mr. McIver, I looked around.
That's
Oh
you.
yeah, yeah, yeah. What can I do
That's
for you?
you.
Yeah. And I couldn't believe it. And I just told myself, it's okay to be scared. And this show one other thing, Sonia, I want to tell you before you ask another question. One of the things that I learned, I did go to school, and I did get my bachelor's degree at Grand Valley, and I did get a chance to become, part of the number one fraternity in the world, and men of Alpha Phi Alpha. But
Okay.
and that helped me mold and get some strength about myself. But one of the things that I learned is that I would tell anybody this today. It's not necessary for each and every one to have a college degree. And when I say that, I don't say that to say don't further your education. But if you have a passion for something, radio, graphic design, machinery, carpentry, then go right into that, master what it is that you do, be the best at it, and you'll make a good living with it. And
Mm-hmm.
I think that college, gave me an opportunity to be able to communicate with all genres of people, because that's important in this field, particularly as a small business and a minority business owner. So when they hold conversations with me, you better know what it is that you're talking about, because we're talking about people that represent $1 billion companies.
Mm-hmm.
So one
Yes.
of the things that's good for me is my last name is McIver, so they don't know who or what I am. And
Right.
once I
When
get in
you
the door,
hear MacGyver, you
yeah,
think, at least I think of the TV show.
yeah. You talking about the tall, rich white dude that can build bombs? I'm the short, pudgy black guy that can't.
Right.
But if I get an opportunity, I will take advantage of it since
But
that's the thing.
like MacGyver, you're capable of creating, get what he does, like make things get out of a
Oh yeah,
situation or come
oh
up
yeah.
with solutions to problems and all that. That's really the premise. And I would say in that fashion, you're much like MacGyver.
Well, thank you so much. When you come from nothing and you get a hold of something, you fight really hard to maintain it.
I understand. Now that's a good lead into, if I were to ask you to think back to that pivotal point, 2019ish, knowing what you know now,
Hmm.
you know, if they wouldn't have done what they did as far as the contract, do you think you would have still stayed the course in that corporate setting?
That's an amazing question. Um, and when I look at it now in hindsight, I strongly believe that I would have had to exhaust every connection and every avenue I had. When I started out and said I was going to work for myself, I would go and grab a safety vest, a hard hat, some business cards, and construction boots. And when they had all these different projects going on downtown, anywhere on the freeway, I'll pull over and say, "Can I speak to the Amazon, the new buildings they was putting up all the way in Auburn Hills?" I would just drive with business cards and ask to speak to the project manager.
Mm,
There was no way that I could have lived the rest of my life not knowing that I didn't give it my all. I
mm,
would much rather had failed on my feet than lived on my knees. It was
mm,
important for me to know that I always can go back out in the field and do what I do and make a good living, but I wanted to make a great living. And I
mm-hmm,
knew the opportunity there was there for me. And I just really had to man up, for lack of term. And once I got committed and realized that this is really a lot of hard work and things just started going my way, I knew I just felt more comfortable. But
mm.
yeah, I definitely was going to exhaust everything that I had and maybe work small jobs here and there to keep the bills paid. But there was no quitting me after that because I was just tired of having other people tell me how much you're going to make, where you're going to go, how you're going to do this. I had capabilities to be able to be a great leader, and I got tired of sheltering them.
I love that. That's inspiring in and of itself.
Hmm.
And one thing that I want to mention to people that are watching that are in business, you know, Aaron mentioned that he called on other business owners. What I loved about that is that sometimes as a business owner, we get into the mindset of like either we feel we know everything or we're uncomfortable asking for help, right?
That's right.
Um, that was key, he mentioned, in helping him fill in the gaps as he moved along. I would have to say that if someone were to ask you for assistance, would you be hesitant to help?
Not at all. Not
See,
at all.
not at all. And that's really how most people are. We're very genuine. The problem is where to say you have not because you asked not. So I love that you mentioned that you called on other business owners. I love that.
Okay.
Now, as it pertains to your company, because you are the boss, anyone watching, because this might be something people don't even know. I know for me, I was asking the questions like you said. It sounds like you're the one asking these questions because it was a new industry I had never even thought about. Of course, we want to walk into buildings and stuff and feel safe. I just thought it fell all under just the whole one, person, the one who does the work. I didn't realize that it could be another company and responsible for that piece.
Mhm.
So for those who are watching that might be seeking employment or that just want to know about exactly what you do, can you kind of just do a quick overview of what you do and the type of people you employ?
Okay. Here's what it is. As I stated, you mentioned something about relationships. Here's one thing. It could be a crab in a barrel situation where someone thinks that if you help an individual out to help grow their business, that they will supersede you, and all of a sudden now contracts that you most supposed to have had or allegedly supposed to have, you won't get those contracts because you decided not to be your brother's keeper.
Mm-hmm.
And I never had that attitude. I just didn't because when I was a 1099 contractor, those relationships that I built helped me feed my family, helped me pay my bills.
Mm-hmm.
So I said that when I get in this situation, I have to give somebody an opportunity like someone gave me. You're trying to it's a multi-billion-dollar industry. I helped build Ford Field and Tiger Stadium and Little Caesars Arena. And one thing that people have to understand, University of Michigan, Michigan State football field, the list just goes on and on. It's a couple of things you got to know. One, when you're a minority, let's just be honest about this. Um, you have to prove yourself a little bit more. I just got to be honest. And you
Yeah.
have to show that, you know, if the job starts at 7 o'clock, it's best for you to be there at 6:50 instead of 7:01.
Mm-hmm.
Much rather be there 10 minutes early than 1 minute late.
Exactly.
And I just tell people all the time, in order to get the field that I did, it was absolute luck. I was a contractor for Lorillard Tobacco, and they sold Newport cigarettes. And I hated the job. It pays like crap. And a good friend of mine, Chris Keys, gave me an opportunity to work up in General Motors plant in Lansing in 1999. I got in the business, never looked back. And I will tell you this: the best way to get in is already have been a skilled tradesman of some sort, a carpenter, electrician, a millwright. And the other opportunity is to go to school and take classes. You can even take them online, like an OSHA 30 class. After that, it's OSHA 510. Then it's an OSHA 500. And you have to have relationships. Because, Sonia, when you go into these jobs, when I hire people, they have to know what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
And when other people go in to go to work, these skilled tradesmen, my job is to hire the best people to go into these multi-million-dollar projects, sometimes from 2 weeks to 5 years. And the people that hire me, and then I hire these other people, they have to know all the rules, regulations, policies, whether it's OSHA or corporate, to assure that these men and women go home safely every day. When you're slacking and you're lacking, that can cause someone a
Yeah.
serious injury or fatality, and that's not a joke. So I take my profession very seriously, and
Yeah.
anybody that I hire, I pay very, very well because I expect very good results.
Now y'all know how I am, right? So of course I had to ask Aaron, had he ever considered potentially having some type of training program so that we could go through our community and get them positioned and structured with everything they needed in order to get into that industry. So I think I put a little bug in your ear, kind of planted a seed,
Okay.
and we'll see how it goes, because I know there are certain industries, and Aaron, you brought up, I was not gonna open up that can of worms, but you brought it up. And so I know that when it comes to like our construction industries and in our HVACs and our all of these things where you have these contracts type of things, that they tend to try to leave us out.
Facts.
And of course, in order for us to get in, like you said, we have to have our I's dotted, our T's crossed, everything completely in order, know our stuff. So it's always, to me, if we prepare our own for what's needed, then we have an extra advantage.
Mm-hmm.
So anybody watching out there that is, want to collaborate and potentially, look at creating curriculum or something, I'm putting it out there to you guys, because we definitely want to make sure we have the best representation in this industry and give them the best knowledge so that they can unlock the power and potential that they have from within. Because I'm in agreement with you. College isn't for everyone, but skills trades is definitely an option and a lucrative alternative to be
Mm-hmm.
able to raise your family, right?
Right. Yes. Yes.
So before we kind of go on, I just want to put this picture up because I need you guys, to see a little bit of Mr. McIver's personality. So, as you can see, these were some of the other men that were there during the merger and acquisition session. And they are all poised, hands to the side or behind them. But you can see who stands out. So that was the personality I absolutely fell in love with when he was talking to the kids and everything. And it has been the same. He is so genuine. I mean, so genuine and very inspiring. I was like, okay, you wouldn't know that you was, well, I ain't putting your business on the street, but wealthy. I'm just gonna put it that way. Wealthy, because he has had hard work and he took a leap and he had faith in himself. And what he told the students is that when he first started to where he went year over year over year was just amazing. The progression that happened for him and his business. So, couple things as we wind down. Can you believe it? We're in our last 10 minutes. So, I know with what you do is not necessarily a general, sorry, way of contacting you for your product or service for
Mm-hmm.
the general public. But if someone is inspired by what you said or even curious about more information about the industry, is there a way that they can contact you?
Yeah, I was going to tell if you mentioned something about training. And one of the things that I mentioned to a lot of people before, when I proposed the idea of training, because I have taught OSHA 30 classes, which is a prerequisite to have
Okay.
in order to go out into the field that very lucrative field that we're in. But I only ask for serious inquiries only
Yes.
because with this trade or this profession, let's think about something. So there, until the end of time, they will always build. They will
Yeah.
always build. They will always demo and rebuild, or they will always add extension. So with these three different features that's going to take place forever, they're going to always need people to do electrical work and plumbing and pipe fitting and things. In order to make sure these people do it right, nobody go home. They'll need someone like me to make sure that these other people are doing it right, thus creating a circle of relationships that has to happen.
Yes.
And if you allow someone that you get buddy buddy with to take a shortcut in order to beat a deadline, that could cost him his life,
Mm.
cost her her life. Now someone is without a son or a mother, or some kids growing up without a father. So I only ask for serious inquiries only. I have a website. It's McIverSafety.com. And with that being said, they could go there, send me a little message, get me a little information on them, and then I'll find out if either I could use them for a potential project. I'm actually bidding for one in Tennessee right now, and it's about 24 months long. But I've had people go away for 24 months and come back and buy a house cash in a nice neighborhood. So
Wow.
it's a very lucrative field, and I got a lot of guys and ladies that are doing very well, but they're very serious about their profession and their time, and they know that I'll give them what they give me. If you're sincere about what it is that you do, I'll make sure that you get paid like that. And if not, then I wish you luck in future endeavors.
And
That's the
that's,
best thing I
I
can
mean,
give
you
them.
got to respect them for that.
Yeah,
Seriously. You have to respect you for that. And that was McIverSafety.com.
that's exactly right. And my MCIVER safety.com. If they want a little bit more bio information on me, they can go to that website there, leave a little information. And as you know, when you and I met this summer, if I tell you I'm going to reach back out to you, you can count on it.
Yes, you definitely.
They can
He's
leave
a
a
man of
number.
his word. I'm
I
gonna give
am. I
him
take
that.
pride in that.
Yes. So some comments that are coming in for you. Camille Franklin said, "This is so cool. She so agree with what you're saying." We have Mona Lisa saying, "Such a great inspiration." We have Barbara Biggs clapping for you, saying, "Praise God from whom all blessings flow." So definitely, I told you guys you would love this, and I'm just kind of like just want to keep chatting with with Mr. McIver. I'm telling you. So of course we would definitely have to have him back. I need to know a couple things though. I need to know what keeps you encouraged. How do you stay encouraged?
My cost of living is high. I got no choice but to stay encouraged. Um,
I
and
love that.
to be honest with you, my mom is watching this too. So hi, mom. She say hi, baby. I already know it. But in the same time, to come from nothing. That's the thing. Is and I tell good friends of mine this. One of my biggest fears is to go back to not having again,
Mm.
and not to be able to provide for my family. And it feels good to know that unless there's some sort of ban or bar, I can leave this podcast and get up and walk out my door and go anywhere in the world right
Mm.
now with no hesitation. And to
Mhm.
be able to do that, knowing that I put in the blood, sweat, and many, many tears, it feels damn good. And I know that it didn't come easy. So I'm appreciative. I stay humble, and I just want to keep going because I know that what it is that I do provide meals for families. When the check comes in and direct deposit, nice Christmas holiday time coming up. These kids get costumes and Thanksgiving meal and Christmas gifts, and I help provide their parents with jobs to be able to do these nice things for the kids. So that really makes me feel well. That keeps me inspired.
I love it. I absolutely love it. It sounds like you've been blessed to be a blessing to others.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, so we're getting some more comments coming in. So I have Henry saying, great inspiration. Paris Hunter. Oh, maybe your son. He said, my dad is so cool and well spoken with hearts. Okay, cheering on for dad. I love it. Miss T, Mr. McIver is a man of his word and an awesome guy. And I concur with you, Miss T. Definitely. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure you subscribe.
Please do.
And so, as you were speaking, what came to me is my panel for men. I want you to come back to make sure that you're amongst some other men that are business owners so we can have a conversation, because I just want you to be able to discuss unique situations that a Black man as a business owner encounters. Those are some of the things that I really want to start tackling in the year of 2023.
Okay.
Because I know there are others out there who, like you, are scared, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's because of that. And it's because of knowing that there may be some other adversity because of this. But if I can get a panel of discussion going, I'm sure it can be very inspiring to those who are on the fence about actually doing their purpose.
That's right.
What I love that you shared is that, in all honesty, you was like, looking back in comparison to where you're at, there's no comparison, right?
No, zero. The hunger is still there, but that's about it. Everything else, I don't even look back. You see, there's no mirrors behind me. I don't want to see nothing behind me. It's gone.
I love it. I love it. And if we can get, more of our men, and that's, we have a lot of women who out here that do making it happen, but I'm really passionate about making sure we keep our men inspired to know that they too can have the desires and dreams that they want to go after. So here's the question. What book is currently on your nightstand, or that you've recently read or would highly recommend reading?
It's amazing you said that, because I got something for you. And I'm
Okay.
actually in my office right now. And this book is called The No BS Small Business Book, How to Win When Others Fail.
I like that. The
So
no BS.
that's it right there, by Mr. Casey Graham. And one of the things that I like about it, when you become a business owner, you're going to run into a lot of people with slick cockamamie stories, and and a lot of negative talk, and you should partner with this person. So I want to see how others fail to avoid those trenches. So I like to find out what it is that I'm doing right. Everything I read in this book is not something that I'm going to need or use. A lot of it I already knew, but some ideas and concepts came in, and it prepares me for conversations that I have for future endeavors. So
Love
this is something that I recommend, and it's going to end up on my nightstand when I go to bed in a couple hours.
it. I love it. I love it. Now we are at the end of the hour. So is there anything that I haven't asked or that we haven't discussed that you would love to share? And just know that I'm definitely opening up an invitation to have you come back. So for tonight, is there anything that you would like to leave us in closing?
Sure. I would just tell anyone, particularly a lot of the men, particularly the African American community. I'm 53 years of age, and I worked for someone up until I hit my late 40s. So the point that I make is that even then, at that time, I made a decent living and were able to pay my bills, and now I make a really good living. Don't let anyone or anything deter you from dreaming big and pursuing what it is that you want. You can't live your life in fear. If there's something that you want and you're not able to succeed at what it is, at least know that you gave it everything you got. When you can look yourself in the mirror and say, I gave it all that I have, you'll sleep a lot better at night. And that's one of the things that I just want to tell people. There are going to be a lot of obstacles. And lastly, negative people, whether it's your own bloodline or your friends, if they don't have anything positive to say or some sort of way to motivate you to keep you going, and everything is, no, you don't think you can, or if I were you, this, that, and the other, block them social media, phone calls. If you go in the bar, leave the bar and go to another one. Don't be around those type of people, because I got a few of them around me, and I got a lot of doors around here and they stay locked, and that's glued into my soul and spirit. I can't let those people in here. So
I love that. I love that.
You'll never succeed there.
Block them. Block them.
Please do anything you put it to. And when you fall down, get up. I fell down a lot. I still fall down.
The thing is just don't stay there. Get up, like you said.
Up.
It's expected. If you haven't fallen down, or if you claim you're in business and haven't fallen down, you either lying or you really haven't been pursuing your business.
That's absolutely right.
One of the two.
Yeah. You can't fill out a job application laying on your back.
Exactly.
Right.
Now, you reminded me of a funny story, and I never asked you this, but I'm going to put you on the spot, and I'm going to ask you this.
Okay.
Because you mentioned your age, and when we were talking, when we first met, I can't remember exactly what was said, but I got the impression that you might have thought I was like a lot younger than I was. Was that true?
Yeah, absolutely. You were sitting at the table with those kids, and I wouldn't say because we had elementary kids there, but I thought to myself, you were one of Gail's, what do you call it? I would call it proteges, assistants that was sitting around. And you remember that too, huh? Well, you did put me on blast today, didn't you? Yeah,
well, it's okay. It's okay, because I don't remember what it was, and then I was like,
you think I'm one of those little young girls running around here helping out?
Wait a minute.
Yeah. That's a hell of a closing, Sonia. Great job. Right. Appreciate it.
No, because the great close is thank you for the compliment. I appreciate that when it happens. And I really appreciate you taking your time out for this conversation. It did not disappoint at all.
No problem.
So kicking it off and ending it, one last comment came in just saying that you're very inspiring. They enjoyed the show. Thank you.
Good.
And so for next week's show, we're going to be having Miss Shamika Bishop, the Bishop of Credit, because October is not only Breast Cancer Awareness Month, it is also Credit Awareness Month. So we want to make sure you don't get into bad credit spending, one, because of all this inflation, but two, because of the holiday seasons coming up. So we're going to make sure that we give you some awesome tips as it comes to your credit. And if you have not already done so, please subscribe to our YouTube channel today. Remember, to subscribe is free, so there's no cost associated with it. You're just subscribing to show your support of this platform. And if you want us to continue bringing amazing Bobs on, we would love for you to have your support. So you subscribe and make sure you encourage other people to do so also. Now, I just have to say thank you again, Mr. Aaron McIver, for being on.
For you, Sonia. Anytime.
This has been an amazing show. I have to say thank you to all those watching tonight and those who are watching on the replay. Thank you for your support. I am Sonia Weaver, and as always, I encourage you to spend with purpose, because your dollars do matter, and deal with Bob. Have an amazing night, everybody. I'll see you next week. Bye.